The problem with discipline is that a part of society thinks that everyone in society needs discipline in life. Now, whilst it is amazing that pilots, army personnel, and doctors, for example, show discipline, as that is what is required for their profession, not everyone fits this character trait or routine. If I was forced a disciplined route in life, I'd eventually end up in a loony bin. It doesn't fit my character. When I read, "You are steering your own life," I'm like, let's throw the steering wheel out and let's see where I crash and burn. It'll be exciting to see if I make it, and I can climb out. Discipline doesn't cut it for me. I deal extremely badly with what other authoritative figures call right and wrong behavior. For me, it kills creativity, it's monotonous. My head and the entire body start to ache and itch if I have to show discipline. I came this far in life because I didn't have discipline. It allowed me a freewheeling, F-all attitude to life and fully explore issues and problems when I wanted, whenever I wanted. And I was good at it. And only because I did it all, at my own pace, in my own atmosphere, not under constraint by authority figures like line managers or family. But that's why I work in banking, where it's easy to get away with shit instead of working as a doctor or a pilot. You don't need the discipline to succeed in life. You don't need the discipline to become happy. It's just a tool. It can be effective for some, not for everyone. If my body tells me to wake up at 6 a.m. or 9 a.m. or 5 a.m., I get out of bed and go do stuff. If my body tells me at 4 a.m. I ain't tired yet, I'm not going to bed. I'm just not wired that way. Chaos is my friend. I am at my best when everything goes to hell. The house is on fire. You have bullets flying at you from every angle. That right there is when that gray dusty engine in my brain starts working. It's one of the reasons I always started studying for any exam the night before. It's like 9 p.m. and suddenly you get a jolt of electricity through your brain and study till an hour before your exam the following day. Ace it. And go straight to bed after. Here is how you can develop effortless discipline. Forget all about self-discipline. Here's the thing. Neuroscience and psychology research has uncovered an interesting fact in recent years. Willpower by itself doesn't work. Sure, there are outliers like Jocko Willink, Elon Musk, and Bill Gates who seem to be able to push themselves beyond what is reasonable for a human being to endure. But these guys are the exception, not the rule. Willpower, aka the ability to be disciplined, is a finite resource. And it's running out faster than you realize. Every time you make a decision, whether it's the shirt you're going to wear to work, whether to have regular milk or almond milk in a latte, or what song to play while you're driving to the gym, you are using your finite willpower and decision-making abilities. And when it finally comes time to make important decisions, your brain doesn't have enough glycogen left to do the hard things that will push your life forward. So what's the solution to this conundrum? 1. Eliminate as many decisions as possible from your day. The first and simplest way to boost your willpower is to reduce the number of times you have to use it each day. Create what I call behavioral automaticity, or routines and habits that you stick to in order to avoid draining your willpower. For example, instead of wondering what to eat every day at lunch, prep meals on Sunday and Wednesday and take them with you. Instead of deciding what shirt to wear each day, create 7 different outfits that you wear on each day of the week. Create routines and habits that you adhere to that make your life easier and your decision-making automatic. This is ideal for things that you do every day. Choosing what to eat, what clothes to wear, when you will work, what you will work, and where you will work are all strategies that you can use to reduce your mental fatigue and boost your willpower. 2. Create environments that push you towards your goals. The next way you can boost your willpower is to eliminate the need for willpower altogether. For example, if you find that you struggle with eating too much sugar or smoking cigarettes, then simply throw out all of the sugary crap in your pantry and all of your smokes. Stop spending time with people who consume those substances. Watch Netflix instead of cable so that you aren't constantly presented with enticing ads for terrible foods. Pre-cook healthy meals for the week. Create an environment that serves your goals. When your environment is optimized, you tend to excel. For example, when I need to write books, articles, or responses here on Quora, I go to a coffee shop. The reason is simple. When I'm at home, my willpower sucks. There are too many distractions. I'm connected to the internet, and it's way easier to procrastinate and screw around than to actually get work done. But when I go to a coffee shop, I have no choice but to write. The other people around me are typically working, which makes it easier for me to follow suit. I no longer have to use willpower because my only option at that moment is to write or to pack up all of my crap and go home. 3. Leverage pain to force you to stay disciplined. Human beings are only motivated by 2 forces: the desire to pursue pleasure or the desire to avoid pain. Everything you do reflects one of these 2 core desires. Period. Unfortunately, because of our limbic system, the desire to pursue pleasure is far outweighed by our desire to avoid pain. People will work harder to avoid losing $100 than they will to earn $100. As such, you need to rig the game in your favor and make it more painful for you to not take action than it is to actually take action. Take the gym, for example. Everyone knows that they should exercise at least 3-4 times a week. But how many people do this on a regular basis? Only about 5% of the population. It's painful to go to the gym. You have to get changed, drive, and then spend 30-60 minutes destroying your muscle and tearing your body apart for the long-term pleasure of being healthy. When you compare this to the pleasure you get by skipping the gym and sitting at home with a bag of Cheetos and an Xbox remote, there's no comparison. So how do we fix this? By making it more painful to skip the gym than it is painful to go. The best way I've found to do this is through financial leverage and social shame. For example, you could call up your best friend and tell him that you've decided to get in the best shape of your life. Then write him/her a check for $1,000 and tell him to send it to a charity that you hate if you don't send them a picture from the gym 3 days a week. You can take it a step further by posting something on social media and telling people that you are committing to going to the gym and transforming your body. If you don't take action, you will have to face the consequences of social shame because you didn't do what you said you were going to do. Find ways to make inaction more painful than action, and your need for self-discipline disappears. 4. Train your subconscious to serve you. One of the biggest problems that people face when trying to make a change in their life is that their subconscious mind is sabotaging them at every corner. For example, if you grew up believing that money is the root of all evil, you will never have enough money because subconsciously, you think it's wrong and dirty to be wealthy. You might earn some quick cash, but you'll quickly get rid of it, give it away, and blow it on stupid purchases because you have a subconscious belief telling you that it's wrong to accumulate wealth. Similarly, if you believe you are a lazy, overweight, or unmotivated person, your actions will reflect these beliefs. I'd recommend diving into Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz to find some great strategies and tools to reprogram your brain. It might sound cheesy or new age, but there's a ton of research proving that your subconscious has a dramatic effect on your conscious actions. If you can get your subconscious on board with your goals, the rest becomes easy. 5. Take care of your brain. Your brain is the powerhouse that helps you stay disciplined. But if you aren't taking care of it, then you're going to screw yourself over. Paradoxically, taking care of your brain requires willpower, and having willpower requires that you take care of your brain. This makes it easy to get trapped in limbo where you are unable to fix anything in your life because your brain is working against you. Luckily, there are a few things you can do to improve your brain function and boost your willpower that takes very little willpower in and of itself. The most important thing you can do is to get 7-9 hours of high-quality sleep every night. Black out your room. Put the thermostat on 68 Fahrenheit. Invest in a nice mattress and wake up at the same time every day. Once you've done this, begin starting your days off with a high-fat, protein breakfast like eggs, bacon, and avocado, or simply black coffee with MCT oil. The fatty acids will help feed your brain and provide you with energy without taxing your digestive system and detracting from your willpower. Once your sleep and diet are on point, begin moving more frequently throughout the day. You don't have to train with heavy weights. Something as simple as 5 minutes of calisthenics and yoga every hour will help keep your brain and body functioning properly and ensure that you have enough willpower to get through the day.